Let's rock! Oh wow, I look very, very homeless. Okay, that's not good. I'm gonna go fix that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartoris, and I am so happy to have you guys here with me today. Now, if you have not taken notice yet, glance around the room, okay? I am sitting in a chair. I'm sitting down, dude. It's not always stand up. Sometimes it's a sit down special. But yeah, so the reason for this is I was doing some voiceover here, and it was like hours and hours and hours of me recording, you know, like voiceover goes. And my legs were giving out on me. Okay, so who knew that standing was so difficult to do? So I was like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta build some freaking tower of crap. So I got this chair in here, and what you can't see is that this chair is actually sitting on top of a table, an end table. So I'm effectively about 8 feet in the air right now. Now you probably, like, you know, my eyes and my shoulder, everything's framed up just as normal as it usually is. But for me, I feel very high up and a little bit scared and dangerous, but also like somewhat superior. You know, there's something about sitting on this giant throne that I'm like the king. I'm like, here, go find me these. You know, I feel important here. So it's definitely an interesting vibe, and it's comfortable to say the least. Now I wonder if it'll help contribute to the podcast in any way. Maybe it'll help me to slow down my thoughts. Is this the secret? Is this what we've been waiting for? I just had to kind of sit down, relax, kind of rest here. But yeah, we'll find out through the rest of the show, I guess. But yeah, it's been nice so far. My hair, dude, okay, like I started the show, right? I walked in here with the scruff and disheveled and no bad clothes. I'm like, well, let me go get ready, right? That was just a little bit. I was planning on showering anyway. Showering is the very basic and foundation of hygiene. I took care of that. Now, yes, I'm looking great and looking fresh, but my problem is with my hair, dude. I'm looking like a freaking Pantene commercial. Now you're thinking, that's great. I would dream of having such luxurious hair like you, Tristan, but I don't care. I like the disheveled look. I like the messy, kind of just woke up, not so put together look. That's me. I'm not the private school, you know, kind of hair. So I don't know how to uncomb said hair. I made the mistake of combing it when I got out of the shower, rested, came back, and now it's looking like this. Right? It's just doing it. It just naturally looks beautiful. And I have no idea how to fix that. So if anybody has any suggestions or any help on how to make yourself look a little bit worse, I will gladly accept those. So yeah, that's kind of my day so far. Sitting up and beautiful hair. That's Tristan for you. No, but for real, guys, what's going on? I don't even know what I said. Guys! But if I'm being real with you, I'm being completely honest, lately I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed, okay? That's the complete bottom truth of how I'm feeling. This is therapy now. This is what you get when I sit down. I lean back and I go, oh, Doc, let me just tell you, I'm feeling overwhelmed. There's so many things going on. So you guys are getting some really unfiltered and you know, brutal honesty out of me here. Yeah, I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed, and I would argue that just being regularly whelmed is bad enough as is. You know, but you take that and you make that into an upside down cake, you roll it over and you get overwhelmed, okay? It gets pretty bad. You're thinking about these things that I want to be doing, should be doing, can't be doing, the things that I should have had done a long time ago. Don't even get me started on those. And these things just begin to snowball and affect, and you're thinking about all these things over and over and over. It's like flipping through the channels, which would I do next? And it becomes a big mess. So in my brain, I've got this giant like 6-way intersection. And the light's gone out, right? The stoplight's not there anymore. So we called in this traffic cop, and he's like foreign, and he's like trying to push cars on the wrong side of the road, and he's directing traffic, but he doesn't know how to do it. It's his first time. So everyone's just like, nothing's happening, right? We're just kind of confused, and we're snowballing here. And that is what overwhelmed feels like. So it's definitely an exciting time, and I'm not here to complain about it, more to just say that's you know, I'm being honest with you. I will say that I do appreciate my brain in a sense that, so I'm feeling overwhelmed and you feel stressed and so on. But I'm a pretty uplifting, optimistic kind of guy. So as I'm feeling here, I'm sitting here feeling overwhelmed and stressed and like just taken by all the factors of life and going, oh, blah. And my brain is going, this is good, right? It's a good thing to experience this, Because how else will we appreciate the times when we're just regularly whelmed or not whelmed at all? Right, Tristan? I'm like, that frig, I'm sucks right now, but that's a good point. I'm the kind of guy that can find a silver lining in a rainbow. All that color, I'll pick out that gray streak anywhere. So it's a pretty good thing. It's a good and bad, and which is, the actual description of a silver lining, I guess, finding the thing in the bad. But yeah, I'm the kind of guy that would make like a scrapbook, but like of my bad moments. Like I want to remember the bad moments so I can appreciate the good ones. And it's just photos of me just crying. I'm like look back like, oh, remember all that hard time? Now don't we feel better, everyone? Right? So I'm thinking about making a scrapbook of me just crying, like, oh, they got fired. Oh, I'm in trouble. This broke. I tried all the times. And I think that would be a hilarious concept. But yeah, that's who I am as a guy. I'm just like, oh, this is fun. We should, and honestly, we should make moody scrapbooks that we can just look back on and think, oh man, aren't things so much better now? And honestly, the idea of just a regular scrapbook, why do we make scrapbooks? To remember the good times. Why? Because when we're feeling sad. And I don't like that, because by making a good scrapbook to look back on in times of stress is to imply or submit to the fact that things are going to get crappy in the future. I don't subscribe to that, okay? So I'm going to make a moody scrapbook and say, this is in the past now. I'm moving forward, but I can always look back at it and appreciate the times that are going on right now. But yeah, that's what's been on my mind lately. What else has been happening, dude? I've been trying to eat healthier, and that is always a battle, man. So I was on a good streak. I was on a good run for a long time. And as I started working these jobs and these long hours, I find comfort in food. Okay, I've explained this many times on the podcast. That is my drug. That's my release. That's my escape. I find that and I go, give me that. And when you're feeling overwhelmed, like I just said I was, you know that I'm going to go find that delicious snack and grab it up. And that was going on for the past week or two. And now this past weekend-ish, I've been trying to let go of that, right? So it was perfect. It was the perfect storm. The stars aligned. I talk about like, on the way for New Year's, the thing. I had perfect time to start. I'm like, this is that, right? We're rolling into a new month, and it's at the beginning of a new week. We got no holidays going on. Everything's right, prime for the picking. If you want to get yourself together, this was the day to do it. So I start. It's the Sunday or Monday. I'm like, I'm feeling good. I'm eating healthy. I sowed all my oats last night. Okay, I ate everything I had, bought everything in the store. I did it. Okay, and I did it up right. So that was a fun experience, but I left it behind. I'm ready to start my new chapter. So I'm trying to eat healthy. And as I'm doing that, I'm doing on Monday, I'm like, man, this is perfect. This is the perfect day, right? Now we get further into the night, and I begin to think and overcorrect and think of what's going on. I was like, this is a very convenient day to start and really take care of this. But then I see some Hostess cupcakes and some oatmeal cream pies, and people are bringing cookies by. And I'm thinking, is it too convenient, though? I mean, honestly, how much willpower does it really take to start at a time that's so convenient? This willpower isn't going to last me for the entirety of however long I want to eat healthy. I feel like I'm betraying myself. I need to show true dedication to what I'm trying to do. So I break that Monday night or that Sunday night, and then I roll into the next day. And I'm like, you know what? There we go. People start on a Tuesday. That's kind of odd now, right? We're trying to start on a Tuesday. That shows some dedication, some willpower. Starting on the 2nd of the month. Ho! Now I'm showing freaking that grit. So I start going through the day. I'm thinking, there we go, man. There we go. Starting on a Tuesday. Now the day begins to end. I see some pizza, some ice cream, some corn dogs, a little bit of candy. And my brain starts thinking again. Well, it's a Tuesday. I mean, sure, it's not a Monday, but honestly, it's the beginning of the month, still a little bit convenient. And I break. And then I break, so then we roll into Wednesday now. I'm thinking, there we go, dude. How much better is it to start in the middle of the week? Feels impossible. Hump day. So now I'm trying to put myself into it. That shows the power, that freaking courage to really start trying to eat healthy in the middle of the week. That is what you want, man. That is what you want. And we got mostly through Wednesday. And then we saw some things happened. And I saw the food looking back at me, and I thought, Thursday. Thursday's right before the weekend. okay? You gotta be a mad mother dog to try and start a diet right before the weekend rolls in. So that's where I'm at right now. I just broke, okay, and I'm ready to start my thing right at the beginning of the weekend because I want to show to myself. It's a proving moment to myself to show that I'm worthy of riding this thing out for the long term. True dedication and grit and willpower and all things that go in between. And so that's kind of been my journey, trying to eat healthy so far. And I think it's going to stick this time. I think it's going to, but part of me is wondering right now, if starting on the weekend would show even more of that chutzpah, you know? I'm trying to, if starting on a Friday or Saturday, dude, if you could start eating healthy on a Friday or Saturday, you can do anything you want. You've got the most go get it, take care of it attitude, pull yourself up by the bootstraps kind of willpower that is needed to change the world. So part of me is thinking, do I want to be that guy? Can I be that guy? Do I want to rise to the challenge? I'll update you further. Okay, I don't know what's going to happen, but right now it's seeming pretty tempting. So that's kind of how my stopping has been going so far. But another reason for me actually, eating healthy successfully, hopefully, is that, okay, so I'm a big proponent of Lunchables, right? I love Lunchables, especially if I fall off the wagon, right? There's these little packet, snack it, do-it-yourself kind of thing. There's something special about them. And when I start eating bad again, everyone in the town knows it, okay? Because there's a Lunchable shortage. I go into every grocery store nearby, and I just scoop them up. And like, are you going to feed an orphanage, or what's going on? I'm like, I'm 23. And I just grab all these Lunchables I can. I love them. It's a beautiful thing. You open it, and you're caught by all the ingredients and snacks, and they give you a little juice box and candies, and it's an amazing experience, right? I know I've crapped on, seafood for having to, contribute and work part-time, but whenever I had a Lunchable, dude, I felt like the thing was actually instilling a good work ethic in me, right? I was putting together the thing. I was like, yeah, you make it yourself. I'm taking care of business. I'm fending for myself at this point. So it was very important. I would argue Lunchables are a foundation, a critical, factor of a children's upbringing. So I've always loved them. I've always had a deep attachment to them. And so I got like 30 of them, right? Naturally. And so I peeled these ones back and I pulled up my little pizza crust and I'll put a photo up somewhere, and I saw a freaking black spot wherever the photo is, right? So I don't know. There was a couple black spots on these freaking doughs, and oh, sadness, dude. These are my babies. These are my freaking holy sanctimonious pizza circles. I don't even know if I'm using that word correctly, but I'm going to say it with confidence. But yeah, I disappointment was not even my first thought. It was the correct thought, but my first thought was I could probably still eat this. Not against my better judgment, against my worst judgment, my better judgment actually prevailed, and I did not eat them. But I did eat the ones touching it, but that's neither here nor there. So anyways, I was super sad, man. So I see these Lunchables, and everything's just tainted, right? Black mold, I don't know if it's safe to breathe in, I don't even know. So after I've already eaten the other ones, then I really start dissecting what's happening, because I'm still looking at them like, maybe, but no. I've already used the other ingredients. But anyways, the mood was ruined. The mood was just over. I just had freaking grease and pepperoni and cheese just all over me. I've eaten like 30 of them, and only like one of these pizza crusts was gone. It ruined my vibe and my mood so hard. And I was like, I don't even want to do anything anymore. You guys ruined it. This is stupid. And I've already had, again, so many. I've had so much food at this point. There's no reason to be upset about this one little pizza crust, and I was. And that's when I started thinking. I was like, am I going too far with this? Am I getting too involved to the point that maybe I do need to dial it back and get back to a healthier version of myself? And that's what I'm doing. Now this thought process of getting back into the good rhythm did not happen before I sent a nice lengthy message to Lunchables saying, you know what, I've got a podcast and I'm willing to press charges. So I did that in the heat of a moment. I didn't say that exactly, but I did send a photo, and I said, I don't know what's going on here. It's a little black. I got this on the eve of this, and I finished it, and it's kind of gross. Is this safe? Okay. And they sent something back saying, we're so sorry. We'll give you a coupon of reimbursement and stuff, and that doesn't all matter now unless it gets here before I, break or crack. I don't know. But anyways, that was a little funny thing that happened. So I had kind of recovered, and I come back, and Lunchables offering me free Lunchables now. I'm like, really feels like a good idea to start on the weekend, man. I don't know. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. What else has been going on? Oh, dude, I took another COVID test, right? It's always an event. It's always an experience doing one of these things. And so there I was, just minding my own business, trying not to crack, right? Just drinking healthy. And then just out of the blue, hey, Tristan, look, we're trying to get you another COVID test before the weekend rolls in, before we get back on to set. Is there any way we could fit you in for one of those? I'm thinking, hey, yeah, absolutely, of course. For, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, what are we looking at? He's like, actually, we're looking to do it within the hour. Could you be there right now? Okay, thanks. Yeah, all right. So I was not excited about either spitting in a vial in the back of a parking lot, feeling very suspicious, or getting my brain just jabbed out over and over again. So either way, this was something I had to do, and I was getting ready to pack up. Luckily, another buddy of mine wanted to come along. He was on the way. He's like, oh, let's just go do this thing together. So we were riding. This is a normal car ride, albeit very, very far away. There's car crashes, accidents. It's taking super long. And again, this thing closes very soon, okay? Because I didn't know this was going on today already, so I'm going there. I'm trying to beat the clock. So we get there, and we're following the instructions. It's saying, okay, we're going to go to the airport. That's where the COVID testing is. I don't know why it's at the airport. That's at the airport. No more. I have nothing more to disclose about that except that it's at the airport. Don't ask. So we're following the thing. We're following the GPS, the address that they gave us, and all of a sudden we see the airport. Begins to pass by. Well, see the planes take off. I'm like, yeah, that's the airport. That's the place. This thing, the GPS is still going, say, go straight. I'm like, okay. I'm double checking all the addresses and the emails, making sure everything is right. This plane's still flying over, going by. I'm like, there's the airport's back there. I don't know what's going on. Either way, thing keeps taking us straight. And then you look at it, it says it's probably going to loop around, take us back. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Trust the GPS, right? What do I know? I don't have a satellite. So we keep following this thing along, and out of nowhere, I see this giant tent. Huge thing popping up right outside of the airport. And I thought maybe it was just like an extermination, unit, but it was a freaking circus, dude. The GPS led us to a circus. And I get the irony. I know what the name of the show is called. So I see this freaking thing, and there's lights and shining, the Barnum Bros. I'm like, what is going on here? So I'm in complete and utter shock, and I can only imagine people that are stepping off the plane for the first time thinking, wow, so what's Ohio like? And they look out the window and there's elephants and galore, and it's like a tourist trap, it's a circus trap. Like, come on, join the Barnum Bros. We're ready for you. There's peanuts all galore. It's like, we're not in Kansas. Where are we? So I can only imagine what they're feeling. I was confused myself. There was no advertisements. There was nothing freaking, showing for this. The circus was just there. I've never seen just a circus just out of nowhere. So I don't know what I was doing there. But anyways, we walk up to the ticket lady. And we're like, okay, where are we supposed to go? Because the address is saying go forward. Past the circus. She's like, we've had your kind before. And she starts acting like we're trying to sneak into the circus or something. Like this is the ultimate dream, is to get past her. She's like, listen, this is happening a lot. This is not what's going on, okay? No. I'm like, no, trust me. Look, I can show you the address. Okay, we're supposed to be going this way. Like, okay, listen, if you're really trying to go to this production, whatever that you're saying, if you're looking at the address that you're really trying to give me, I can help you out. 1 second. She walks away, and she freaking tears off this paper, and she gives us this little torn off sheet that has step by step directions. Drive by this, go under, lean under the bridge, turn right, talk to a mystery squirrel. He'll reveal all the secrets you need to know. So I'm like, what is going on? So we just follow this circus lady blindly. Turn around. It is not where the direction says we're supposed to be. We're just trusting, right? Sometimes you just got to trust the circus. So we turn around. We're following this thing. I feel like I'm like a pirate, like 15 paces left, and find X marks the spot, like it's some sort of weird magical Easter egg hunt. We're following. Okay. I mean, what it's saying is kind of like lining up, truthful. I don't know what's happening, but we trust it. We follow it blindly with conviction. We know that maybe this circus lady is onto something, or maybe she's sending us to her doom. I have no idea. And in the middle of it, one of the ladies from the production calls, like, where are you guys supposed to be at the COVID test? Think, what are you doing? Time's ticking. You got to be there fast. You got to be there now. And we're like, listen, I don't know what's going on. We ran into a circus. Some crazy circus lady gave us instructions. Like, yeah, right. Look, okay, sure. You found a circus. Sure you did. Like, if someone calls you and just gave you an excuse for being late and said, hey, listen, sorry, got stuck at the circus. Don't know how this thing just popped up out of nowhere. Trust me, don't know where I'm at. You're not going to believe that crap. So we're trying to convince her on the phone. Like, listen, we're not trying to be late. A circus came out of nowhere and is steering us in the wrong direction. I don't even know what to tell you. So we're trying to follow the directions, everything she's saying. The only thing we have to go on is this little sheet. But as someone who, I have circus in my blood with the show, I had to trust as much as I could. So we follow this thing, and sure enough, dude, we come around the bend, and we see this giant thing, and we're like, wait, is that the Green Garage, right? It's like some sort of, like, mystery, like, just beautiful Dr. Seuss book. It's like, oh, find the Green Garage, 10 paces. The Green Garage! Is that the Green Garage? And we yell at the door to another guy that's outside. It's like, hey, sir, is that the Green Garage? Like, yeah, that's the Green Garage, but you actually have to go all the way around because you weren't supposed to stop here. And like, that's a one-way. Okay, great. But anyways, so that we're in the nick of time. Time is ticking. We stopped too far at the circus. We're driving as fast as we can get there. We've tried to find a parking spot. There's no parking spots because everyone's freaking, at the circus apparently. So we park somehow, find a spot, run in there, and I'm getting nervous now, right? It's one of these freaking thing. I'm getting please be one of those sketchy little spit in the vials things because I do not want one that goes up in there. And I'm talking and I'm telling people, I'm like, dude, I do not like the nose one because it's horrible. They freaking shish kebab me in the brain. They fry spearfish with my head, with my face. And like, it's not, you're being a baby, dude. They just little swab. I'm like, trust me, look, we're gonna go do it together. It sucks, okay? You had the same one we had, right? You're saying you had the same one I had. I'm not being a baby. It sucks, okay? Just show me how tough you are, right? So we go in there and I'm getting nervous. I'm sweating. And he goes first. I'm like, whew. Here we go. And then she begins to swab. Just a little swab. Doesn't go up. And then swab. And he's like, see, that's not bad. I was like, that's not how it happened. Trust me, dude. Okay, when I went, she went up in there and tried to take me out, dude. I did not like it, but luckily it was not that bad. This was just a slight tickle. It was very graceful and delicate, actually. It was very nice. So that was the whole experience. It was pretty nice. And we paid and got cheeseburgers afterwards. Oh, frick, I already did break. Anyways, so I don't know if the moral of the story is to just trust the circus folk of the world, but so far they are 1-0, right? They have a 100% success rate at being very helpful. So give it up for the circus people. Yeah! So yeah, what else has been going on? Oh, we got new neighbors. We've got new neighbors. Shh. They're deaf, dude. We have deaf neighbors. And I did not know we had new neighbors at first, so I parked right in their driveway, right? We didn't have people right next to us, so I had been, accompanying their driveway space, and it was very convenient for me at the time, but I park in there, and they come over, and they knock on the thing, and they're like, and my mom's like, oh, you gotta get out of there, you're in the freaking thing. So I run out there, I'm like, oh, I don't want to start off on the wrong foot, so I run out, I'm like, hey, my name's Tristan, okay, I'm so sorry, I don't mean to be intruding on your space, I didn't know you guys were here or anything like that, and all of a sudden he keeps going like this. I didn't know he was deaf, okay? So I thought he was just casting spells and doing this freaking cool wizardry or whatever, and I'm getting super intimidated because he's smoking while he does it, and he's like, it's in the middle of the night, so he's kind of got this light, and there's nothing more intimidating than a guy just signing at you with a cigarette, super dark, and you don't know what he's saying, because I don't know how to speak sign. I don't know. Side note, dude, interesting thoughts. Why in high school are we forced to learn like Spanish and French when, sign? Dude, sign. I have run into more deaf people where I could have used signing properly than I ever have someone that only speaks Spanish or French. So yeah, I think people should start signing more, but that's besides the point. Anyways, so I was super nervous, and I was like, is he yelling at me? Is he doing whatever? And he's like,
Certainly not, I speak for myself.
I'm like, oh, dear God. I messed up. So I'm just like, sorry. And they don't respond. I mean, they do this, but I don't know what that means, so I still don't know if they hate me. So I backed out and got out of there, but it's pretty intimidating, I'll say that much. And I'll also say that, no offense to deaf people, deaf people are very loud, and I understand that they don't, know how loud they're being, but they're, so we're always concerned. We're a very loud family, right? We've got a lot of loud things. I'm screaming in the basement for crying out loud, right? Loud dogs, barks, and whatever, right? So I was more worried and glad that we have these neighbors that won't be able to hear us as much, right? So I was thinking, good, we're not going to be the problem anymore. But around like 2 a.m., dude, they're pretty rowdy, okay? So I'm waking up and hear all these noises. They're just going like they're sawing. Like, what is going? It's like a Looney Tunes cartoon over there, dude. There's so much noise just in the middle of the night. What do they do? I have no idea. And I can't knock on the door and like ask them, what's going on, because I can't speak the language yet. But I'm really curious about what's going on over there. But yeah, they have been actually super nice so far, I think, again. But their facial expressions that they've made when talking to me have been nicer than when I was in the driveway. I don't think they were too happy about that. But anyways, guys, that is the show today. That's all I have to talk about. Thanks so much for tuning in here, and I hope you guys have a blessed evening. Hope you're not too overwhelmed. Hope you guys are having, actually, I don't even know if it's evening for you, but even if it's morning, I hope, maybe the rest of your day sucks, but I hope that evening really kicks in for you. I am just going to end the show right here because it's going to take me a little bit to climb down from this mountain. But again, guys, thank you so much. See you in the next episode. Peace! I'll just have to freaking do this. Later!